With the Charlotte Hornets having only one roster spot available, I'm going to give my top 5 free agents that the Charlotte Hornets should look to sign.
Let me take you to a place where we never can be found. On the edge of Carolina where the sun come out of the ground. Don't nobody judge nobody, only broken hearts allowed. Right outside of Savannah, about an hour from the town.
Hello everyone, it's Everything But City here, back again with another video. And today I just wanted to get up here and talk about my top 5 free agents that the Charlotte Hornets should be looking to sign with that last roster spot available. But before we get into the video, please leave a like on this video, leave a comment. It can be about a player that you like that was not mentioned in the video, a player that I point out during this video, or you have any other opinions on the video. Please share it with a friend if you could, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like this content and you enjoy Charlotte Hornets content. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into the video. Now, before we get into our top 5 today, I'm going to give 2 guys that I felt deserve consideration, either a guaranteed contract at the end of the bench or at least a 2-way, and especially this guy that we're going to talk about really quick, Lester Quinones. He played for the Golden State Warriors last season. If you remember, after the trade deadline, the Hornets went to Golden State, and we played Golden State. And at the end of the game, there was a fight between Miles Bridges, Grant Williams, Lester, and Draymond. And Lester was the one who kind of started the whole scuffle. So let's talk about him real quick. He's a 23-year-old player. He's entering now his 3rd season in the NBA. He's a high energy, plays intense, high motor. He shot 36% from 3 this season, which is pretty good considering he's at the end of the bench and doesn't have the level of shot attempts. So 36%, and definitely has 3-and-D upside as a wing. So he's a guy I would definitely consider on a 2-way type of deal. I don't think he's going to get a full guarantee though. Danilo Gallinari is at the 6th spot. Didn't quite make the list, but I believe he's a vet. He did shoot 32% from 3 this season, but he went to like 3 teams. So I believe those numbers are a little bit inflated, or deflated, I should say. He's still a threat from 3. I mean, it's Danilo. He's a sniper. So he still has it in his bag, and that's really all he is right now. But with those 2 out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into the top 5 free agents for the Charlotte Hornets that are left in free agency. There's not a lot, but I believe there is good value left. At number 5, we're going Marcus Morris Sr. It has been reported that the Charlotte Hornets are interested in Marcus Morris Sr. He's a guy who shot 39%, although only playing in 9 games this year. He has been used as an end-of-the-bench type of player, not really getting rotation minutes for a while now. He's a 40% shooter, a vet, high motor, definitely is kind of like a Taj Gibson type of guy, and he would be good for the culture. So on a minimum, I could definitely see the Hornets taking a shot on Marcus Morris as a vet. CD Osman comes in at the 4 spot, a very healthy role player, playing the last 2 seasons 70+ games, and I believe the lowest he's played was his rookie year, which was 61 games. So really healthy player, which is what the Hornets really could use. Some healthy guys, some healthy bodies. He's kind of an offensive wing. I wouldn't say he's a defensive wing at all. Just all around, he can do a lot of things. And in particularly is shoot the 3, 38% from 3, but also has an inside game. He can handle the ball. He's not just a spot-up shooter. He can take control of the ball and drive the ball, finish inside and mid-range. A good role player, I think, and that would definitely be an upgrade for CD Osman and give us depth at the wing spot. Number 3, I got Jordan Noar. This is a guy that in Indiana I liked, but fell out of the rotation while Indiana was starting to compete. And in Toronto, I did watch not a couple, but a lot of Toronto games. And Noar was a guy that really stood out in terms of his ability to score the basketball on all 3 levels. You look at the percentages, it's probably not great. I think it was 45% from the field and 32% from 3, but he had some really good games where he was scoring like 15 plus. So he's only 25 years old. He's a good scoring wing and would be good depth for an injury. An immediate upgrade, the guy who would have had that role this year, Bryce McGowens. Number 2, I have Isaac Okoro. He is a 23-year-old, 40% three-point shooter. Okay, there's not a lot of those type of guys. Really young with a lot of room to grow. But he was one of the top 3-and-D players in this free agent class. And is definitely one of the top young 3-and-D up-and-coming players on the market over the next few years. And if you can get him on a good deal, $8, $10, $12 million contract, that's a no-brainer for me. But he is a RFA, restricted, so the Cavs will probably match an offer, but it's still enticing. At number 1, we're going to take a couple minutes to talk about this guy, Dennis Smith Jr., man. As I'm sure a lot of Hornet fans know, number 1, I am a big Dennis Smith Jr. believer and fan since his days in high school. He is from North Carolina, so obviously I root for him, but he is an elite defender. Here I wanted to show his defensive stats in transition, particularly transition, because look at these off steals percentages. I mean, points per possession, he's in the 92nd percentile, 88th percentile. I mean, these are really, really good, and his frequency is really high, and his points per possession is really good. So overall, when you look at this, it screams really good defender, and when you turn on the tape, he's very active defensively. He's always in his stance, a deep stance, anticipating decision making. Like, let's say I did watch one play where he's on help side defense. So he's on the opposite corner, and it's a pick and roll on the opposite side, and the ball handler goes baseline. He anticipates the ball handler to kick to the corner. So he anticipates, baits him. He doesn't immediately go to it. He waits for him to start to pass the ball, and then he catches it, steal. We're running into fast break offense. So Dennis was really good at that last season. And another thing that he provides really is elite guard blocking percentage. Really good blocker as a guard. As you saw with Charlotte, he was in the 84th, 85th percentile when it came to blocks, and he was in the 98th percentile in Steelers. So steal percentage was insane. So it really shows the activity he gives on the defensive end. I just want to give a quick overview of Dennis Smith Jr., but there are some aspects that he does struggle in. And number 1, it is offense. He is far and away one of the worst guard offensive players in the league. He doesn't really have a shot. Mid-range, really all he has is inside, which Dennis does have that. I think that's one area he needs to improve, but I have seen him going to work this offseason, working on that jump shot. I think that's the one thing Dennis needs. Like, if he could do that, he could be an elite role player in the NBA. But outside of that, he is a really good pick and roll ball handler. He's able to finish inside. He's able to really play make, throw lobs. So he's not a total liability offensively, but he isn't like a shooting guard, right? You don't want him sitting in the corner and taking threes. I think one thing Dennis could be used as is off ball cutting. I think that's one thing. Just get inside, get easy buckets, and also being a secondary ball handler. He is a good playmaker. So he's a really good player. He's top of my board when it comes to our needs because I believe we need a point of attack defender. It is the most important thing, one of the most important things when it comes to team defense. You need a POA defender, and the Hornets do not have that at any position. At any position. I don't want to hear Cody Martin. Cody Martin is not a POA defender. Josh Green is a good defender, but I don't know if he can be guarding the best defender night in and night out. Dennis Smith Jr. does that at a very high level. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Please leave a like, comment, share the video with a friend. Subscribe to the channel for more Charlotte Hornets content. I'm Everything Buzz City here. I'm out. Peace, guys.